Alright, I'm Mike Spreier. I'm reporting for the New American Media, and I'm on my way to NAMM 2015. See you inside.
Jim from Fender here to tell you what we have new for acoustics in 2015. What we have here is the Tim Armstrong limited edition in Ghost White. Tim wanted something scary looking to fit his, his kind of image with his punk band Rancid. He writes all his songs on his Fender acoustics. It's based on his vintage Fender acoustic from the 1970s. We added these cool skull inlays and Hellcat inlays. Yeah, very cool. It's limited edition to 250 pieces worldwide. So we also have the Vince Ray model that we just came out with.
And whose model is this? This
is Vince Ray. He's an artist, and he does like painting. He's done design work for like Brian Setzer, a lot of hot rod, rockabilly stuff. So I think he did some crazy finish on the front. This is called the Outer Space Bucket.
The guitar monster from outer space.
Yes, and then on the back it's got...
Oh geez, look at all this!
If that wasn't enough to get you sold. It's a really cool resonator. You know, we're Fender, so we like to do stuff that's Fender, you know, that no one else can do. So we do Telly headstocks on a resonator. So it's easy to play. I mean, it's got the neck shape of an electric guitar, and it's set up with low action, so electric guitars can just pick up and start jamming away.
Nice cutaway there too.
Yeah, you got the guy.
That is gorgeous. Like, that's just fun to look at. Yeah, especially with the lights popping down on it, this thing is singing.
It's got a Eastern European hand spun, toned by skilled craftsmen, so you get a nice projection and tone, nice bright tone. It's got a flame maple top, mahogany back and sides. It's got two pickups in it, so it's got a Fishman Telly pickup in the neck, and then a Fishman power chip in the bridge. So you can go all this way and get the sound of just the Telly neck pickup, the growl that you like, or you can go all this way and get the acoustic sound, or you can play with it and just combine the two sounds so it has a blend.
Excellent.
It's very cool. Just something completely different out there that no one else is doing.
What's the price point on this guy?
This one's $8.99. So that's what we have that's new for 2015.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You're Peter Brown with Roland?
Yes, Peter with
Roland.
Alright.
And what are you showing us here?
The MX1 Mix Performer comes out in March. It's a performance-oriented mixer. It's taking the concept of a mixing console, something normally utilitarian, and putting a creative spin on it. So you have physical inputs in the back. You also have USB inputs for all the Era pieces to go in to transmit USB audio and MIDI. You also have 1/8 inch RCA send and returns, digital in and outs, MIDI in and outs, and then USB port to hook up to your DAW. So this can actually be like an 18 channel type audio input device, which is really nice. You have all the faders right here that bring up everything is mapped. What makes it performance oriented is the fact that there's two different types of effects. There's master effects, which apply to all the channels, and you can tell it to not apply to certain things. And they have 8 variations of each 6 types. You can also combine them over time, which is really interesting. But you also have beat effects, and beat effects are interesting because they can be different per channel. So if I select a beat effect to use, I can enter in a pattern of, say, a filter with like my pad, and then in my next channel over have some kind of different side chain pattern. So you can really get variations on any gear that's running through it. So it's a really good way to kind of progress your live set. And it also has the normal functions of just a normal mixer, like gain, pan, box sends. You can even adjust the fader curvature of how drastic the volume changes are. So it's really versatile tool. And it comes out in March. So that's the MX1 Mix Performer.
Talk Spreier again. I'm here with Matt Hallam, is that correct, from Gibson, and we are in the Gibson Custom shop right now. He's going to take a minute to show us some of the guitars that are on display here at NAMM.
Some of the new offerings that we have this year for 2015. We're going to start right here with the Ron Wood model. Now this is a theme and variation on an L5S, which is a 70s model that Ron really loved to play on stage in the mid-70s. On this particular model, we've done a couple of different things. We've idealized the control layout for the way that Ron plays. Ron also wanted to get rid of the paddle headstock, which was pretty typical of the 70s guitar, the larger headstock. We've reduced it in size to a Les Paul style headstock. Kind of balances the instrument a little bit more. Ron's going to be doing 50 of these that are signed, and then we'll do another 250 that are unsigned. They'll all be gloss. Another model, artist model that we're doing this year is the Johnny A Standard. Now we've done Johnny A's in the past. This one's going to use a rosewood fingerboard, 57 classic pickups, kind of a heritage cherry sunburst finish with Bigsby. We'll also offer one in gold top as well, same features other than the finish, and a nice cherry back on this instrument. Just a real popular model and a great guitarist, so we're really happy to bring this out. Also, this one's really exciting. This is Brian Ray's guitar. We had Brian here at the booth yesterday, and he kind of demoed it for everybody. This is a SG based on a 63. It's in a really cool finish. I'm going to turn this over for you, called Silver Fox. Silver Fox was a finish that happened in the Epiphone used to use years ago. It's kind of like a black TV finish with some silver speck in it to kind of see the grain of the wood. Very, very cool. Brian's got his own pickups that he liked the sound of. He uses a 57 Classic and a Burstbucker 1 in the guitar. Probably the most unique thing about this guitar is it's using a Bigsby Vibramate. Now what this means is the guitar will ship with this mounted, but also in the case will be a stop bar. It's a retrofit system, so if the player decided, hey, I don't want to use the Bigsby, you can take this off, put the stop bar on. It doesn't bar the instruments, no extra drilling of the holes. It's just a real way to conversion sort of deal. So it's up to the player whether they want to use the Bigsby or not. And I think that's just a really cool feature of this guitar. And Brian's on stage with Paul McCartney playing this one, and with his band, the Bayonets, and just a real cool offering that we're pretty pumped up about. Another thing that I want to show you that we're going to do for 2015, excuse me, sir, is we're going to do something called a solid form top guitar. Now this is really, really unique for us. What solid form means is this top and this back are both made out of solid wood. They aren't carved, and they aren't laminate. So it's a solid piece of wood that's not carved. It's put in a press, and it's pressed to get this arch top. What does that mean for the world? It's a very green way to produce a guitar. We can get 3 tops and backs out of every billet that would normally take for 1 carved top. The other thing that it does is on a carved top, because you're taking a big piece of wood and carving the belly of the guitar out and the back for the bracing, you're severing grain along the way. In this technique, the grain that's in the top and the back is all the way through the guitar, gives it a lot more vibration and volume, and you aren't severing the grain, which equates to a real solid tone out of these guitars. We're using a mini humbucking pickup that's mounted to the pick guard. What does that mean? It means that it's mounted on the side and here only, so the top doesn't have a pickup mounted to it, also allowing for more vibration to the instrument. We're also using an end pin jack here, so we don't have to compromise the wood on the rim of the guitar for an output jack. So the necks on these guitars, guys, are also made using a technique that we can get 2 necks out of the same amount of wood that we'd normally get 1 out of. It's a heel joints dovetailed to where it can be repaired if necessary or pulled and reset. But it's also a very green way to produce a guitar. The price point's going to be excellent on this, and we're really excited. This is something to build on that we're going to be doing in the future, and expanding the models to use this technique for production. The other offerings that we're going to be doing, I'm going to refer to these light boxes. We're going to do an Ace Frehley Les Paul that's owned by Al Romano. It's a collector's choice model. That's going to be coming out soon.
we have a Collector's Choice 24, which is another 1959 reissue. This one is owned by Charlie Daltrey. The guitar is called Nicky. There's a lot of buzz about this guitar. It's just a real great example of a burst from '59. And then finally we have Donna up here. Donna's got a lot of buzz on the internet and the Les Paul forum.
That's a number 5 up here?
Yes, it's Collector's Choice number 5. People are really anticipating this one. It's got a really great top. Tom Whitrock owns Donna currently. And all these folks, Al Romano, Charlie Daltrey, and Tom Whitrock have been kind enough to allow us to measure these guitars, laser scan them to where we can replicate them down to the minutiae, the details, to the aging and the pickup sounds and woods and all that stuff. And without them we couldn't do it. But they're going to be monster guitars. 2015 is going to be a great year for us, and thank you guys for stopping by the booth and checking it out today.
Thank you.
Take me home. Gone, gone, gone. Oh, baby. Gone, gone, gone.
All right, we're here with Paul Barker here in NAMM, and he's going to show us some of his new stuff here for 2015.
That's right. So I'm Paul Barker. My company is Malekko Heavy Industry Corporation. We do Eurorack synthesizer modules and guitar effects pedals. And here we have a selection of our pedals here with a few brand new pedals, prototypes that we managed to get together in time for NAMM. Let's start here with this pedal. It's a fairly well-known pedal. It's the Barker Ass Master. It's used primarily by bass players because it has this lovely drive-through and an incredibly responsive fuzz action to it. Pedals that people know, the Malekko 616 Echo. That's a fairly well-known pedal. The Spring Chicken, Spring Reverb Emulator. That's a fairly well-known pedal. And so for NAMM this year we have 3 new pedals. The Comb Over, which is a comb filter with a sequencer. You can see that it's scrolling around here in a random mode. Here, let's put it in pendulum so it swings back and forth. That's comb filter. That's a guitar effect pedal. Next to it we have the pedal Screwtator, which is a sample rate reducer. It has an expression out for range sweep as well as bandpass filter. Another new pedal just for NAMM is a Sneak Attack pedal, which is an attack decay pedal. It has auto mode like most attack decay pedals, threshold based. It has a manual trigger mode, so you can do a one-shot envelope. And it goes into LFO mode, which will do tremolo when it's in LFO mode. You have separate controls for the attack length and the decay length. You crank up the attack, it's 6 seconds you have. The decay is also 6 seconds, so a total of 12 seconds if you want for a full cycle. It's pretty ridiculous.
Sure.
You also have control of the curve here, the attack curve and the decay curve, so you have linear, you have exponential. Yeah, and so that's a new pedal.
Excellent.
What else? Many people probably know this pedal as well. It's the Diabolic Pedal. It is a Justin Maldell Johnson signature pedal. It's based on the Barker Ass Master. Over here we have a 84 HM Strat. It's our showcase guitar. Over here in this part of our booth we have our Malekko Eurorack modules. Oscillator, anti-oscillator, dual board, noise ring, envelator, VCA. These are modules that we're pretty well known for. New for this NAMM, we have a 3 HP mix module, performance mix. You can have 3 input. We have 2 separate groups with 3 input, but then when you hit the switch, then all 6 inputs go to 1 output. So you can have patches preset and turn them on and off in a performance method.
Sweet.
Same thing with the mult. It's the opposite. So you have 1 in and 3 out. 1 in and 3 out. You hit this button, and so you combine 1 into 6 outs. Once again, for performances, so you can have all these presets. Do you play with modular stuff?
A little, yeah.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
And so we have this mixer here. It's a simple line mixer. Linear mixer, I should say. So 4 in, 1 out. Each one has a little pot. 3 HP, so it's tiny. We have a send and return module, which is designed to use effects pedals.
Sure.
I don't know why we would have that, but that's exactly.
You probably don't need it, but just in case you want to patch in something.
Well, you know, in case somebody wants to use, you know, an effect, a guitar effect pedal in their modular system, you can do that.
There you go.
We also have a noise module here. It's a digital noise module. You can't. There's a lot of patches you can't do without noise. So yeah.
Sure.
Perhaps you want to do like a quick pan of our sweet booth?
Sure, absolutely. That's awesome.
It's historically accurate.
I think so, yes. That's incredible. All right. Well, thank you very much, Paul, for showing us around.